The University of Trinidad and Tobago has embarked on a retrenchment exercise, even as their majority union, the OWTU, is in engaged discussion on the future of the staff at the institution. Head of Phyton says that this is not in keeping with good industrial relations practice and government needs to answer to the nation for this move. Marie-Therese Bernard has more.
A betrayal of the collective bargaining principle and process, as well as a betrayal of the workers of the UTT and the country. That's how President of Phyton, the Federation of Independent Trade Unions, Joseph Remy, characterizes the firing of 30 members of the University of Trinidad and Tobago. He says this act has come like a thief in the night.
I could recall, as a member of Phyton and a member of the Joint Trade Union movement, they indicated to us that they were in negotiations with the management of UTT, even at the governmental level, relative to ensuring that there would be no retrenchment at that level. So it's very surprising now today, after the Minister of Finance would have spoken to the issue of we are out of the woods and he boasted about economic recovery, that a state entity, a fully owned government institution, in the face of the minister's boast, would now want to engage in retrenchment. That is very hypocritical.
Mr. Remy says the trade union movement will not stand for this duplicity and is demanding that the workers be returned to their jobs.
At Phyton, we condemn it totally and we are demanding that this be immediately rescinded because the trade union movement is going to mobilize around this and ensure that not one worker is going to be placed on the breadline, consistent with what the minister just recently announced in Parliament. You are having negotiations and there was no indication that the negotiations broke down. You are engaging in discussion with the trade union movement and you are taking actions and decisions inimical to the best interest of those discussions. If you want to engage in free and fair collective bargaining, then it must mean those something.
He notes that in the midst of this injustice, another professor from Canada has been hired. These practices, he says, are signals copied by the private sector to the detriment of the industrial relations of the country. The Phyton head says that the country needs to hold the government to account for not sticking to its word and propagating dishonest dialogues with unions. Marie-Therese Bernard, C News.